Well, hello there, ladies and gents. Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com.
Crystal Sykes, LadySavage.com.
And today we're coming at you with another product review.
We haven't done one in a while.
We haven't done one in a while, yeah, I was about to say that. So, let's talk about scales for a second. We got sent this scale, boom, so we're going to talk about that scale. But before we talk about that scale, I want to talk about weighing yourself on a regular basis in general, okay? So, do you want to start with this discussion? You want me to roll with it?
Go ahead.
All right. So we're both coaches. We work with a lot of people. Some people have an aversion to weighing themselves on a regular basis. It messes with their head. Their noodle gets bothered by weighing themselves on a regular basis. And I can totally understand why that would be the case. I mean, if your goal is to lose weight and you're just doing everything right, hitting your macros, exercising, doing cardio, wake up in the morning excited to jump on the scale, look at it, boom, you gain 2 pounds. That's not the way to start the day. It starts messing with you. You get frustrated. You get pissed off. But we don't got time for that, do we?
We don't have time for that.
That's right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. If you don't want to weigh yourself on the scale, that is fine. But take other metrics outside the scale weight. Take pictures. Take measurements. Go to an InBody and get a DEXA scan. Find ways, do a pinch caliper test. Find ways to track progress outside the scale weight. I weigh myself daily. You weigh yourself daily. The way I encourage people to think of their scale weight is like this. It's just simply a data point. It's not good or bad. It is just simply a data point. You would see that number on a scale, and then you'll have that much more insight as a result of that data. Maybe your weight went up 2 pounds because you had a bunch of pickles the night before and your electrolyte balance is off. You wouldn't know that had you not. I mean, you could know that based off of how well you know your body if you can feel like you're holding on to some water. But if you weigh yourself on a regular basis, and not just once a week, but on a regular basis, especially in the context of trying to reach a specific goal, then you can track the average weight moved over the course of a week, months, years, and see what direction you're trending and at what rate you're trending. And that information, like an average over a specific period of time, is much more insightful than a just singular metric in time. So that's how I would encourage people to view a scale weight measurement. It's just simply a data point. You can use that data point to adjust your plan and procedure. So it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. That pretty much covered the whole concept and philosophy of a scale?
Yeah.
So let's talk about scales. We got this scale sent to us. This is the Eros Scale. Eros. And the brand is Inevifit. How do you say that? Inevifit? Inevifit. The Eros Love Your Body Inevifit scale. This scale is $50. Actually, it's $49.99 on Amazon. So yeah, you can get this scale for $49.99. And the scale that we normally use is a Withings Nokia scale that I had got for my competition prep. And it cost $120. So I wanted to compare this scale to that scale and let y'all know kind of what the differences are. So the Withings scale is obviously a much higher price point of $120, but they honestly do about the same thing. They both track, they're smart scales.
Yeah, we both got the app on our phone, so we both had weighed ourselves on both of our scales too.
And they tracked the correlation in weight was pretty good. I mean, I noticed that the weight on this Eros scale was like 0.2 to 0.4 higher than the weight on the Withings scale, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not bad at all. This is what the dashboard of this Eros scale looks like. So let that focus there, maybe. Focus. There we go. So it's got your weight, and it's got a bunch of other metrics, such as like BMI, body fat, fat-free mass, subcutaneous fat, visceral fat, body water, skeletal muscle, muscle mass, bone mass, protein, BMR, and metabolic age. So I think this actually has more information than the Withings scale, which is pretty nice. And I feel like they're pretty well correlated. Like the $120 Withings scale, the measurements it was giving me for body fat, BMI, et cetera, body water, skeletal mass was pretty much right on par with what this Eros scale was giving me. So you're getting the same numbers at a significant price drop with this scale. So that's pretty good.
Maybe I'm incorrect on this, but I feel like this is just as accurate as like going to get an in-body. But I would say this is more accurate because then you can kind of see your day-to-day trending.
Yeah.
Get a better average.
And whenever you're working with bathroom scales, most bathroom scales, like the body fat they give you, is just totally skewed. I don't put much weight in that, but you can see how it trends over time, and there is value in that. But I feel like this was actually pretty on par with most of the metrics it was giving me. So I like that. I like that you can get all that information at a much lower price point. You want to talk about what you don't like about it?
Yeah, I think the only thing I didn't like about it was that when I wake up in the morning and I go to the bathroom first thing, I don't bring my phone with me. So it was a little bit annoying because then I would have to go back to the bedroom, grab my phone, open up my phone, and you have to open up the app for it to sync to your phone. So I think that was like the only thing that I could say that was bad about it was that I never had my phone on me when I generally went to go weigh myself. So it was just more annoying that like I kept forgetting to go back. Just like when you go to the store nowadays and you forget to bring your mask. You got to go back to the car, get the mask.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It wasn't bad. Our other one, the other scale updates to your phone automatically. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to think about it. You just weigh yourself, you stand there, and then later on in the day you can go back and look at the app. This one you have to be on your app with the phone open.
I think it's because this one is Bluetooth and the other one is Wi-Fi, I think.
Oh.
That may have something to do with it. So the Withings scale, the display on it shows your weight, your body fat, your skeletal mass, all of that stuff on the display, and then also syncs automatically with your phone. This one only displays your weight and not the other metrics, and then you have to hope that it's synced with your phone in order to see the other metrics.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hit and miss. Like it was pretty good. Like I would grab my phone, open it up, and then weigh myself. But there's oftentimes like I don't typically bring my phone to the bathroom, so I had to get in the habit of doing that, and it just seemed a little bit less streamlined in that regard. So that's my only knock against this scale.
Yeah.
But again, this is a $49.99 and the other one's a $120 scale. So depending on what your price point is and how much weight you put in, streamlined operation and convenience, take that with a grain of salt. But I do appreciate them sending us a scale to try out. Our crew, our Keto Brick employees, are constantly weighing themselves and coming in here and weighing themselves.
No,
so
apparently they don't have scales.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just going to leave this scale in the gym, and this can be like the group scale to use.
Because then everyone can connect it to their phone, and it'll go directly to your phone because you have to have it open. It doesn't get misinformation to different people, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, you can create separate accounts in your app and all that good stuff.
Yep.
So I do recommend scales. I do recommend smart scales because it just makes the whole process tracking metrics much, much easier and more streamlined. So that is all I've got to say about this review. You have anything else to add?
I love that this scale says on it, love your body.
I like that,
It's like a reminder every day that even when you're stepping on the scale, love your body.
Boom.
That's cute.
That's super cute. All right. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Ta-ta, toodaloo.